Wake up.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. This is Josh with Ryan. Every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, we go live and we try to stick to themes. Today is What's Working Wednesday, as it's Wednesday, March 27th.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about Reels for real estate leads. And
Reels for real.
Yeah, for real. Reels for real. It not just Reels, but short form video content, right? Because Reels is the Instagram and Facebook specific vernacular, but TikTok, YouTube, you can post them on LinkedIn, your Google business listing, Twitter. There's probably more that I'm forgetting. That's one of the beautiful things about short form content like this, that you can distribute it massively and see lots of you could reach lots of people.
And have you noticed, Josh, I was talking to somebody yesterday who was like, yeah, but only the kids are doing that. Haven't you noticed that people our age even, are starting
100%.
to scroll?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. And the DMs and the comments that I get would indicate contrary to that. The people that actually are engaging and commenting and DMing, which we're going to give you examples today. It's kind of a follow-up to Monday. Monday, we started talking about this marketing concept of using Reels style content with paid advertising and branding yourself right out of the gate, right up front, so that you can get more out of every dollar you're spending. And also you can just do it for free, right? And some of them will hit and get you in conversation, comments, etc. So we're gonna dive into that in a minute. If this is your first time or your several hundredth time checking out the show, do us a huge favor. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell so you're notified of new live sessions. We had a great smash that bell. We had a great mortgage info session yesterday on DSCR loans. You can check that out, the replay at wakeup.realestate or on our YouTube channel. And this afternoon, for those who are interested, we do a Wednesday afternoon mastermind that all are welcome to join us. wakeup.realestate/MM. And I'm going to riff and deeper dive on some of what we'll be sharing here today as well. Ryan had some internet issues yesterday, so he wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
And so I missed his social post, which is perfectly aligns with Reels for Real. So why don't we start with that, and then I want to show an example of one that I created yesterday and posted this morning. That is an example of one that I specifically created, thinking this is one I could put some ad dollars behind and really get some additional leverage from it.
So yeah, I also want to welcome. We have a new audience today, the Wake Up the Inside Real Estate. I'm getting confused. Facebook group. If you're watching on there, go ahead and comment in the group or give a like there, just to let us know that you have actually seen this here. It's a little bit of a test we're running today in that group. But Josh, right here, my social post of the day for yesterday, and we'll call it for today, is I did one of our property list posts that we always talked about, but following your lead, I did it as a reel. And I'll be honest, I struggled a little bit just figuring out the technical side of this. But when I say struggle a little bit, maybe I've put 2 hours into playing with this over the past few days, just trying to figure out like the right way to do it. And your tip about just doing it straight in Facebook was a really good tip. I also learned you can do these straight in YouTube yesterday too, pretty much the same way as Facebook. It's a very similar experience. So one little spin on this, I told you, I put the Google Earth app on my phone because I wanted to zoom into a pool for this specific one. And I think there's other applications. So I did a screen record on my phone, just using the Android native recorder. I'm sure iPhone has that too. And I just recorded me scrolling into the Google Earth and found a pool in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And then I set that as the green screen background. In Facebook. Now, I think people are going to ask us how you do that. I don't know if I should, maybe I can bring it up here, Josh, or do you have that training somewhere?
So we have a free training, I'd call it, I mean, it's kind of like a course, quite honestly.
Yeah.
If you go to wakeup.realestate and you log in, or if you don't have an account, you can create a free account. Under member resources, there is a short form video content training. And in that, I unpack how I create my short form video content like Ryan's, and like the example I'll show here in a minute as well, how I create it, how we edit it, and then where and how we post all of them. And a lot of the content is me on my phone. You can see now I have an iPhone, okay? So, but generally speaking, it functions, the functionality for a lot of that is similar at least. But you can see exactly how I'm doing that. And one of the many reasons why I love collaborating with Ryan and with other folks like who we're getting some great comments with is I would have never thought of using the Google Earth app and creating a video and using that as the green screen. I just wouldn't have thought of it. And now I love it. There are so many ways that you could use that. And Google Earth has, different, what would you call those? Like views,
Yeah.
or like you can change the, to 3D view. I mean, there's lots of
Well,
applications for that.
yeah, I did it here for pools, but I'm thinking about if you're doing a farming or a geographically based ad, which you are in real estate all the time.
Yeah.
See recent home sale transactions in this zip code, and you're zooming into that zip code where that person lives. It's just what we're trying to do here, Josh. An important part is we're trying to stop the scroll. Right?
Yeah.
They're scrolling.
Absolutely.
So digging in on this particular one, I want to just touch on a few other things. So you see the youshouldclick.com/St. Pete Pool Homes. That's just a link shortener service, that I bought that domain and I had that hooked up. You can use any link. It's just easier to read, but that goes to a KV Core. Is it a land? I think it just goes to a KV Core squeeze link, which you would build in KV Core. And then it's tracked.
So the squeeze link, so it actually has the list of homes,
right?
Not a landing page where they have to opt in first. Just for clarification for folks.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
And it goes straight. It could have been a landing page. If you're doing the same niche over and over, you probably want to make a landing page. And then of course this will track any leads I get from it, so I can measure the results that I'm getting from that reel. Mm-hmm. Now, you have experienced the fact that people will just reach out to you, or they'll chat, they'll comment on the post, they'll send you a direct message. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the advantage of having your face in there and being a little, having a little fun with it. But one of the things that I'm also going to do, I just want to share with everybody, was this idea that you could boost the reel.
Yep.
And drive additional traffic to generate additional leads. So I don't know if everybody knows this. I think people who've been watching us know, but you can click boost and now boost stuff off of your personal profile.
Off your personal profile. If you have your personal profile turned to professional mode, you can boost off your personal profile, not just your Facebook business page. And, I think Ryan G chatted me. Ryan and I, instead of texting, we Google chat, and he was all excited yesterday. And one of the things that he messaged was, I really think a real estate professional could create a thriving practice, just creating short form video content, posting to their personal profile, and occasionally boosting the content like Ryan is currently showing on the screen here. Alina asks, how much money do you put towards each ad? I don't know, it depends on what you're doing, right? So Ryan is just boosting a more of an organic reel, which is different than what I was talking about on Monday, which is using a reel like that and running an instant form lead generation ad with that. So you got to just find what works for you. And I would recommend you test small. And if you have certain, so like on an instant form, a lead generation style ad, reverse engineering, what am I willing to pay per lead, or what would be, an acceptable lead cost? And generally speaking, for an offer like this, $5. right? So then, you know, being willing to spend $5 to $10 a day to test to see is a good place to start. But, you know, there's no perfect answer to that. I don't think, or haven't found, but, you know, that's a good place to start. Ernest said, I love doing this, meaning creating short form video content. I think educational short form content performs better than anything else you could do. And then he said he just dropped one about DSCR loans, and it got 1,500 views in a matter of 10 minutes. I mean, that's, you know,
Now
is
you
that going
must
to happen
already
all
have
the
a
time?
following. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. But here's the thing. Here's a huge benefit to this style of content. It's not solely based upon existing following. In other words, each piece of content, you could go and create a brand new TikTok account, for example, and the very first short form video you post could go quote unquote viral. Now, what viral means, depending on your market, etc. But your very first video could get hundreds or even thousands of views. There's no guarantee that it will, but it can, because this style of content is more based upon the content itself and not your following. And I forget what the terms are for this. I was even listening to someone talk about this on a podcast recently. There is like terminology for the difference between, like, you know, reach that's based upon your existing following versus reach that can stand alone on its own, you know, just based upon the actual content. So, and then Alina says, Ryan, are you using the Instagram app to do the green screen?
No, just the native reels. There's
So Ryan did it in Facebook, but it's
Okay.
the same functionality. So the Instagram app and the Facebook app, the green screen functionality is very much the same, very similar, in that you hit the button for reels, you hit camera, and then you choose green screen as the function. And the green screen could be a static image, but it could also be a video on its own as well.
Okay.
And so keep the comments coming. We've got some great comments in here. But while we're flowing through those or working through those, I'm going to bring up the example that I posted today, which is which I specifically sort of designed or crafted it to be or to work well as an ad, following a specific formula that I'm finding that is working time and again. So let me share my screen here. 1 second. And Ryan, I don't know if there's any. Yeah, like Ernest is making a point that you know, emphasizes the point I was making, which is he only has 74 followers on that channel. The one that he posted a video and got 1,500 views.
So
pretty quickly.
The algorithm took it over, basically.
Yep, exactly. So this is the video that I posted this morning. Now, you can't hear it, but you can see. So I'll unpack two things. Number one, how I created it and the apps that I used to edit it. And number two, like the formula that I'm following here. Okay. So for those that couldn't see the video there, it is a less than 30-second video, less than 30 seconds. It's a green screen video, so it's my talking head. And the background, the green screen, is a video where I am scrolling through new construction homes in Cumberland County. Okay, so you could pull up the new construction home results on your KV Core website on your phone and just scroll through them. In this case, I actually used, because I've been meaning to revisit, I used a free resource that agents have access to, like myself, newhomesourceprofessional.com. It's specifically a resource around new construction homes. Okay, so I just pulled it up and I just scrolled through. That was a video like Ryan's Google Earth video, where there was no There was no background music or anything. I recorded that just to be the green screen for the video. Okay. So I record that. Then I open my Facebook app. No, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to think of the sequence. So I record the green screen. I open my Facebook app. I choose reel. I choose camera. I choose green screen. And I choose that video as the green screen. So now it's my talking head. Okay. And I'll bring this back up so people can see it kind of playing through here. Now that it's my talking head on this video, and it's very short and sweet. So I hook with a question, thinking about buying a brand new home here in Cumberland County. Right now, there are 282 new construction homes available, priced from the just over 300,000 to $1 million plus. If you'd like to check out the complete list, including number of beds and baths, I do a little bit of tease there, but very minimal. If you'd like to see the full list, comment below new, send me a direct message, or go to, and I created a vanity URL like Ryan had mentioned with Rebrandly. I say go to joshvips.com/new. Okay. So 3 ways that interested people watching this can take my desired action. Okay. And I'm specifically telling them. And what I'm finding is when I create content following that formula is people do all 3 of those. Now, the same person doesn't, but
Right.
depending on their user activity, if they're predisposed to comment on content like that, they'll comment, right? And then I comment reply, and then I can direct message them as well. Some people just direct message me, and then some people will go to joshvips.com/new, and they'll check them out there, or they might even call, text, email me directly. How do I know that? Because I've had all of this happen using this type of short form video content for the last several months, both organic and then putting money behind them. Okay. So that is, a simple formula for that, which you could replicate any number of different ways. Whether it's, Ryan had one around pool homes. I did new construction. It could be waterfront condos. It could be homes that have recently had a price reduction. It could be townhomes. It could be homes with land. It could be homes in a specific school district.
It's any NEMLS field filtering combo.
Exactly.
Can be turned into this.
And then what you'll also get is people that will message or comment, hey, I'm not really interested in new construction, but we're looking for a fixer-upper or whatever, which is, by the way, another one, right? You could do a fixer-upper, which is it's a checkbox you can click on your squeeze pages with KV Core and sort by fixer-uppers. So there's any number of ways that you could use that simple formula to start building a pipeline and a database around a specific property niche, right? This is around a property niche versus building a pipeline or a database around like a demographic or something like that. Well, here's another one. Maintenance-free single-story homes, or homes in a 55-plus active adult community. Okay. Yeah. Lots and lots of ways that you could use this.
So the departure here for us, for me in particular, is probably for a decade now, maybe more. How long have we've been running on Facebook? We've been running ads like this that still work. Static image.
Yep. Probably 2009, quite honestly. It's been
static image. Here's the list of homes. Here's the price range. It's a formula we followed. Works very well still. But Josh, you do have me convinced I'm not going to waste my time here anymore, even if it takes more work and effort to do a video with my face on it. I can see the appeal, because if somebody opts into this, they have no idea who you are. Or they don't know that they're interacting with a real estate agent. If somebody opts into your ad where you're scrolling and you're talking to them, they know they're interacting with a salesperson up front. They're going to have some built-in rapport with you, or they're not going to click if they don't like you. So it informs the conversion side of things. So I would almost rather pay more for that lead than for this lead.
Well, here's the thing. What I'm finding is that my cost per lead is, generally speaking, pretty similar to unbranded. Yeah. And also, I'm not just getting the people that are opting in through the instant form. I'm getting the people that are directly doing the thing I want anyway, which is to have a conversation with me, because a comment is really the start of a conversation. A direct message, really the start of a conversation. And as I've said, I have people that are directly texting, calling, and emailing me because I have that in the description with the content as well. And so they're choosing, it's like the old choose your adventure books when we grow up, they're choosing whichever, path they want to follow, whichever communication platform they prefer to take the next step. So I'm getting all of the leads anyway. The leads are seeing my name and face, and I'm getting people that are directly initiating those conversations in one way, shape, or form or another. We're getting some great comments, which we will get to all of them. So keep them coming. Ryan, go ahead with Mike.
Mike's just saying when he boosts through KV Core, it takes as much time as a credit card. Yes, it does. It's a great product. If you need people in your market opting in, giving you name, email, and phone, you have access to KV Core. Property Boost is a great option. I would recommend, and we're not saying that every ad you do needs to have a video in it. It's just not practical. Do Property Boost, but try to set up some kind of retargeting where you're branded in the video to those leads, because you'll get a lot higher conversion rate on them. But yeah, Property Boost is great.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy button, right? That's an easy button. This does take a little bit more work, but if you're committed to building a database and building an audience and going deep with an audience in your local market, this has to be part of your strategy, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be the only piece, but it's got to be part of it. And then Michael asks, is this in the training on Wake Up? Yes. Exactly how I created that content and posted it is in that short form video process training, which is under the member resources at wakeup.realestate.
And we'll just remind everybody, there's nothing for sale on Wake Up. Just go get a free account. We just have the site there so that when we talk about things on the show, you guys have a place to go find them. So
Chris asked, where do they go when you send them to the quote unquote new page? Just for like speed, I am sending them to my New Home Professional website that they give you.
I actually brought it up because I wanted to see it.
But one of the reasons why I like using a Rebrandly link is I can change it to whatever. So I could make an IDX squeeze on KV Core giving the results. I could make a landing page on KV Core giving, forcing them to opt in to see the results. I can do whatever I want.
And you're testing right now.
What's that?
And you're testing right now. So you don't
exactly.
You refine these funnels. You just need to see if the ad's going to work. You just send them straight to the thing. If it starts to work, you'll be like, oh, wouldn't it be great if they filled out a 3-question survey before they went there? Then you start to add on. So.
And I used that site because I heard somebody talking about it last week.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. It's a great free resource. And I thought, yeah, whatever. It's a good way for me to weave it in. And I do believe, for a whole bunch of reasons, the NAR settlement may be playing a role in that too. Trying to sell some new construction homes to builders that in many markets are getting a little desperate.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to negotiate commission as much with them theoretically than sellers that think because of these clickbaity news articles that they don't have to pay anything to anyone to get great service.
I assume this is builders getting together, which is smart, and doing this, or is it some other?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the full history of this, but one of the nice things about this is there is inventory, depending on your market, that's not in the MLS that is on this site. So there are depending on the market, you will find new construction inventory on here that isn't in your MLS, and you could even weave that into your content. It just could be a little side. You'll even find new homes that aren't actively listed in your, in the MLS, or
this brings up a good point.
Won't find on Zillow or whatever.
The reality is we might need to be aware of these things as what's going on evolves. And if you're going to provide better service to your, to your buyers, you're going to want to know about all these nooks and crannies where you can find the listings.
Yeah. Michael asked the link shortener. The one I use is rebrandly.com. rebrandly.com. That's not an affiliate link or anything.
And then I use t.ly, which is a little more, there was a reason I didn't use Rebrandly, Josh. I think we had a project and it had some geekier features, but the pricing's similar for both of these. And if you're going to do a lot of social advertising, I would almost say that a link shortener is a must, because you don't want to be giving these hairy links that people need to remember, like as an overlay on your video. You want it to be something they can just remember and type into their phone if they need to.
Yeah. Like I could even, if I could get the domain joshnew.com or something like that, something that is very, if you're going to incorporate it into the video and the call to action, et cetera, it's got to be simple. It's got to be something. The filter that I try to use is if someone saw it on a billboard while they were driving, would they remember it well enough to go back to it later? Yeah.
You're just jealous that I got youshouldclick.com. That's my link shortener.
That's not entirely inaccurate.
You should click this.com is available if anybody wants to race and get that.
Okay. David says, in my market, he's talking about New Home Source Professional. This resource is free, but the site is owned by maybe the top 7 home builders. Well, I don't know how it can't be. I don't know what you mean by owned.
It's all there.
Other than maybe like that's the majority of the content, but the New Home Source Professional is a it's a nationwide platform. But it's possible that in your market there are 7 or 8 builders that, I don't know, pay for preferential placement or something like that. I don't know.
I like the way they're showing the floor plans. That's pretty
cool.
Cool.
And you can the other thing is you can you can export PDFs with it and stuff. There are lots of cool things with that platform. Like for example, it can make it easier. You could start. Here's an idea for all of you. You could literally every Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, you could go into New Home Source Professional, pick a community, and just you make short form video content talking about the community features that are listed on New Home Source Professional. Like you don't even have to go do a driving tour of it.
And what's awesome about that is when you're in a niche like new construction or whatever, the content makes itself, because all you need to do is grab the latest listings that are coming up in that niche. You don't have to think of ideas. It's just what's the new construction, what's my featured project or specific listing today or this week. You can do this every day with a new listing. And once you get in the habit of doing it, Josh, I think we should hammer this point home. I know a lot of people are sitting here going like, I'm not going to take the time to figure this out, and I'm afraid to get on camera anyway. If you just struggle through it, like you just think about it, your teenagers are doing this, your 13-year-old nieces and nephews, you can do it.
Yeah. This is a good reminder for me because I struggle with it even. Yeah. And if you think about this, even if any number more than 1 watches the video that you create, it's a win. You created something that is a conversation, essentially, that you could have with one person, and yet you've put it out for the world to find. And some of them will have tens of views. Some of them will have hundreds of views, and some of them will have thousands of views. And that's you. Those are, all of that content is little robot yous, going out and working while you're doing whatever,
Josh, when I started in the business, a lot of us remember this. A lot of you guys are in the same situation. I walked around with my darn business card and handed it to people. Yep. Like that was all I had. I could send some mail or that. So it's just amazing times we live in, and we got to leverage this technology if we have access to it. Yeah.
Trudy says New Home Source Professional allows people to see to be built floor plans, and will show the builder promo info too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's great. And then Michael says, now this could be used as a positive or a negative. He said, I set up a search for a buyer and sent out 30 communities, and I've been flooded with emails from all the builders. Well, here's another great idea for you. Start interviewing those builders and make some content with them, because and position yourself as the one with that. And who knows, you might end up being the listing agent for one of those builders.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When you build a relationship with the builder in that way, when they have incentives and deals, they're probably going to tell you first. Mm-hmm. Hey, just for your buyers, we're doing a rate buy down or whatever they're doing these days. Yep,
exactly.
Yeah. So
and you being, if you get a couple of days lead time on something like that, if it happens once, it might not be a big deal. But if they're always doing that, and you're always the one that's a little bit ahead of it's almost like insider trading a little bit, kind of, like you have insider information that you're sharing with your database before the general public is aware. And you become, if nothing else, you position yourself as somebody who is connected enough that you're getting, information before everybody else is.
And actually, Josh, there's a tactic in that. You could just start dialing around the builders. Hey, just curious, do you have any incentives coming up? They might just tell you, yes. Well, do you mind if I tell my database? They're all going to say yes because they want to sell their properties.
Well, here's another reason to do it. We have, and this wasn't the topic for today, but you'll also find in the member resources a protocol to follow with Facebook Marketplace to generate a whole bunch of free leads. And that is predicated on having listings to promote, because you have to promote listings on there. Well, the way that I've done that, and I walk through it in that, is getting open permission from a bunch of builders in my market to promote their listings. And I give you the exact template. It's like a 1-sentence email. It's super easy. But I don't think I got anybody that said no. Now watch what happens if you ask just another listing agent in your market, at least here in Pennsylvania. You'll get some no's there. But builders,
especially
again, because the market's changed, especially, builders in my market, the single family homes, the builders are in a price range where the rate increase has really affected affordability on their properties, on their their inventory. So at least I found that most of them will say yes, and now you've got essentially unlimited inventory that you can use with Facebook Marketplace, and or just you could start doing a reel a day just featuring one of their properties after you get permission from them.
So this point is a good one. Just a scenario. Yeah, if you're going to buy the data, you might as well. Those people don't know you when they buy the data, so you need to put something in front of them that brands you.
And Ernest says I'm buying home buyer data, homeowner data, and then what he's doing is he's uploading that as a custom audience on Meta, and then hitting them with retargeting ads on Facebook, YouTube, and Thanks.io postcards. Nice little plug there, Ernest, for our guys over at Thanks. Well done. Alina asked a great question. Are you having better luck with IG ads or Reels on Facebook ads? Both. I don't. They both are working. I'm sure that I could break it down, but they're both working. And I don't, in these kinds of ads, I don't care about placements or anything. I'm choosing the media. I'm choosing the geographic target area, which, by the way, this is a little side nugget. That video that I showed, I'm talking about buying a new home in Cumberland County. Most people watching this know that on special ad category ads, you have to have a 15-mile radius around a city or address. The other workaround, with some but very few limitations, is you can choose the entire county. So on an ad like that, I'm going to choose Cumberland County because I'm talking to people, thinking about buying a home in Cumberland County, right? So it's like, it's a simple, way to keep it nice and tight and congruent. Let's see here. Some great past comments that we missed. Alina says, makes sense. I meant instant form ads. Organic posts with a boost doesn't work for me because most of my sphere has 19 agents who are related to them. Yeah, well, that's fair. But
this is a way to rise above that crowd.
Exactly. Okay. So that's a way to differentiate yourself. A. B. Even boosting on your personal profile, you can choose, can choose, 15-mile radius of Mechanicsburg or anyone living in Cumberland County, right? It doesn't have to show to your friends. You can choose an open audience just like you can on a traditional campaign. And Alina asked a follow-up to Ernest, are you getting any listings with the retarget strategy? And he is. I know the answer to that. And in fact, so much so that we'll have him on, an upcoming show real soon. We've had Ernest on as a guest before, and we'll certainly have him back on soon because I do know that he is getting some positive results. All right. Well, that was a whole lot in a short period of time. So just to wrap it up, for those interested in diving deeper on this idea, number one, I would recommend go back and listen to Monday's show, specifically when we pivot to talking about marketing. Okay. It was, 5-10 minutes in. Number two, check out the member resources, specifically the short form video content training, and just play with it. Even if if this is so, I don't know, just like outside of your comfort zone, just make 5 of them and don't post them.
Yeah.
Just do the work and have them on your phone. And after you do 5, you'll be better than the people that don't do any. I can guarantee you that.
The other thing is you don't need to be over the top. I think a lot of people see shorts and it's like this entertaining character. And Josh and I, because we've been doing this so long, we kind of are okay at doing that. Just be yourself. Just talk to people, and you're going to attract people who are naturally going to have rapport with you. That's the awesome thing about video and attraction marketing. You're going to repel people who don't like you, so you don't have to work with people who aren't going to vibe and waste your time. But the people who like the way you roll are gonna come to you. So just do it how you do.
I recorded one last week where I wasn't feeling great. And for whatever reason, like I'm a pretty, in case you can't tell on these shows, yeah, I get pretty excited. I'm a pretty high energy guy. I was talking quietly. I was very low energy, and lo and behold, that one is working incredibly well, right? So you don't have to be like this big ego, big energy, etc. Just be you, and the people that resonate with you and your personality are the ones that are going to engage. And those are the ones that you're going to want as clients anyway, right?
When you were just talking about your energy, it reminded me who you remind me of.
Oh, great. This is great.
How many pieces of flair did Josh wear when he was a kid working at
I did not. I did not, but I would have been the one that was loud. I take that back. I would have had some ridiculous hat on. That was my thing. I would go to basketball games. In fact, other teams would call me Captain Hat. Anyway, so Chris says, you mean I don't have to dance? Exactly. Absolutely not, Chris. We're way past those. Although my girls do try to get me to dance occasionally in their TikToks, which I may or may not have done a time or two. Anyway, for those interested, 1 Eastern later this afternoon, 2.5 hours or so.
The mastermind.
We do a weekly mastermind. It's wakeup.realestate/mm. It's a Zoom meeting. It's more interactive. We can brainstorm a little bit more and mastermind and problem solve things of that nature. And we certainly appreciate having a big crowd there and the folks that invest that time with us. And what I want to do today is take some of what we've been talking here and get a little bit more into the weeds tactically. For example, taking that reel that I created and incorporating that in our Facebook marketplace protocol as well. So definitely come check that out. We do those every Wednesday at 1 Eastern, totally free on Zoom. And you can register for them at wakeup.realestate/mm. We will have our Tech Tip Thursday session tomorrow, but no session on Friday. Holiday weekend, kids are off.
What's the tech tip? You got any new tech? Can we tease something? We'll think of something.
Hey, we had a great crowd here today. Who's got a tech tip? Hit us up. Go to wakeup.realestate and use the chat widget and hook us up with a good tech tip that we can share with the community here.
Josh, we haven't been putting this out there a lot. Anybody who wants to come on and be a guest to talk about anything you're doing, this is a great way to get. You might land a new referral partner. Somebody learns what market you're in, or if you've got cool stuff you're teaching and you want to share with anybody else, just let us know. You can hop on here with us anytime.
Absolutely, we love guests.
We're not good at getting guests on, but
right,
we're always open to it. Yeah.
Correct. Maybe hello tech tip. Maybe I'm not super familiar with that, but
with what?
Maybe we can share that, or have maybe we can have a guest that's using it that can speak from experience.
I have met the owners of that product, so that might be possible. So
okay, right on.
I don't know about tomorrow, but I'll talk to him. Yeah.
Folks, as always, we are so grateful and thankful for all of you spending your mornings with us. Incredible amount of comments and engagement and questions. So we appreciate that as well. Please like, comment, subscribe, share if you haven't already done so. Hope to see many of you this afternoon on our mastermind. And if not, back here tomorrow as well. Oh, Mike asks
15 to 60 seconds.
Yeah. So if you're saying the green screen video, here's the nice thing about that. It can be whatever length because it'll just keep looping. So for example, my green screen video was 15 seconds, but it looped twice because I talked longer than the 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But the actual, your actual short form video content, it depends on you. They can be up to 90 seconds as a Facebook reel or an Instagram reel.
Gotcha.
TikTok, it's a little bit all over the place. Yeah.
My first few takes yesterday was me trying to get it in under the length of the green screen. So I was doing my call to action really fast, and then I didn't realize it didn't loop.
So, hey, you just gave me my tech tip tomorrow.
All right. Perfect.
You just gave me my tech tip. I got a killer tech tip for a situation just like that I use frequently now. And it is a free app that I will share tomorrow. That is a tease like you will get nowhere else. You got to come tomorrow for that tech tip. And Ernest with another good nugget here before we wrap up. You can also use a pro Canva account to remove backgrounds. Yep. So like, we use that all the time for our, especially for our ridiculous thumbnails that we put with this show.
I can't tell you how often I'm using Canva. It's like progressively like cannot live without. Yep.
Totally. Extremely valuable. Thank you all so much. Hope to see you this afternoon. If not, back tomorrow. Make it a great rest of the week.
Thanks, guys.